Okay, so looks like we are live. What else? Let's get rid of this. Yeah, so we are definitely live. Okay, so what are we gonna do in this stream? I think the goal of this stream is basically to hopefully we'll learn something today from open source projects, and let's see what is in trends. And can we filter this by trends by developer language, JavaScript? Okay, and web dev for beginners, web for local file sharing. Okay, looks interesting. Have like 300 commits. Okay, when Vue.js. I think Vue.js code. We can learn a lot from Vue.js. Recently they like rewrote the entire thing in TypeScript. So if we go to Vue.js, and the recent version of the Vue.js is entirely in TypeScript, and where it is, let's filter by TypeScript. So we're not going to look into it, since my goal is to just hopefully learn something new about JavaScript or Node.js or programming in general. So no, let's open the Vue.js source directory, server, compiler, parser, code gen, okay, HTML parser, filter parser, events, and this is code gen, and so I think events.js, did they just the last thing? Okay, so I'm gonna close that, and React. And I think the larger the project is, it probably going to be really hard to understand given the complexity. So snappy JavaScript, snappy ghost, CMS. Actually, I think there was some Strappy. Okay, it was Strappy. Current viewer. I think we are the only one who are watching, but never mind. So designing API fast. Okay, let's go to their GitHub. And Strappy. So packages. So this is where they have the entire code base. Strappy database. Okay, so Strappy database layer. This package is Strappy's database handling layer. Okay, it is responsible for I can't pronounce that. Database connections and implement the logic of Strappy data structures. Okay, so we do have documentation for that, which is which okay, so crappy documentation. Okay, so let's go to library. And why do we have like index.t.ts? Do they like have any recommendation about TypeScript .ts? Let's see, what do we have to? You can quickly build your logic by fully customizing. No, I'm not interested in this. Okay, do they have package? Okay, so package.json, private true, global setup. So this is the build command. What the heck is that? A tool for managing JavaScript project. It will manage with multiple packages into separate and independently version packages. Okay, so this is interesting, right? So what it will do is extremely useful for code sharing. However, making changes from many repositories is messy, and you got track and testing across repository becomes complicated very quickly. To solve these problems, some projects will organize their code base into multiple package repositories. Actually, that is so this is if I'm not wrong, into multiple package repositories. Projects like Pavel, okay, those packages within a single repository. Line is a tool that optimizes the workflow around managing multiple package repositories with Git and npm. Space required for enormous copy of packages. Okay. What does a Lorena repo look like? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but okay. So package.json, and then we have like packages, package one. Okay, then we have package.json. What the two primary commands in are bootstrap and publish. Link the dependencies into in the repo together. Public will help to publish any updated packages. Okay, so I see. Okay, I think what it is, so you can have like the following package will be different, and when we want to like update it, we basically have to if I understood correctly, we can develop like all these packages separately, and will they take care of dependencies? Okay, cross env. Actually, this is a really useful package if you have developers who are working on Windows and some are on Mac, different operating system all the time. So this is really lifesaver. Okay, never mind. Okay, so I'm going to close that. Okay, index.d.ts. Do they have like the entire thing in TypeScript as well? Database manager index require connector. Okay, use strict database connector registry, Nodejs best package for JavaScript, right? And then we create create connector registry, and which is a const. Okay, then const returns this object. Okay, basically a class type of thing. Okay, so instead of like creating a class, they are basically creating a const and then assigning it to a callback, and this is just destructuring, right? Callback, and this is the block, the entire block, and they're using map connectors. Then at the end, we basically returns an object, looks like an object. So I never like initialized in that way. So I either create a class or I just I think for this case I would probably have gone for a class, and let's see how it will play out. Let's try. Okay, so this is actually very interesting. I'm pretty confused by that, and because I haven't seen a return statement. Okay, so first of all, which node version do they use? Do we have any specific node version? Strappy. Okay, so anything that is above 10. Oh, that's interesting. Let's try this out. YouTube. Touch. Okay, so mkdir, dir learning, right? Learning, and we're going to create index.js. Also, let's see which version of Node.js I have installed. I think it's version 11. Yep, that is the version we are using. And let's start coding. Okay, so what they are doing in this class, the way they are initializing it, they are basically returning methods inside a object. So I haven't seen it in the code base, most of the code base I work on. So let's try that. Const x. We don't have to do anything. Let's see if we can create a main method, and that would be like, what the fuck, what the heck, for sure. Test, and then we call a main method. Okay, now as of now I'm not sure what this thing is called. Let's say JavaScript object methods, and just object method. Okay, I do know that you can assign a function to a object property. Let's see with JavaScript. Yeah, I think this is more acceptable for me. Yeah, because I have seen that a lot. Now this is really new. What I usually do, I basically create a class, test, then I have a method, main. I think this is because my background is in a class-based programming language, so this looks more familiar. So let's see if this is this thing same as this. Okay, so do we have to initialize main? Let's console.log test, and we're gonna do the test 1 and test 2. So I'm going to also rename this. So test 2 calling main node index.js. Okay, so it did work, and with the class 1, I'm pretty sure we have to initialize the class first, but let's try. Yeah, so it's not a function because we have to initialize the class first, then we have to call the main method. Okay, so now I think the other way to do that would be static. Okay, so this approach is much better. Is it? Yeah, I think I do prefer like static over dynamic all the time. Okay, so where we were, so yeah, just open the file and we are already learning something. Probably I'm learning something new. So yeah, so this is like a static class, and now the one thing I'm not sure, like which version of ECMAScript supports this. Async initialize. Do we have to call initialize manually? So or they probably they are calling in the backend, probably, because I'm 100% sure that if we just declare a method called initialize, it's not gonna be like it will not self-execute for sure, right? Initialize connection set, get and set. We basically get the value get default. Okay, so yeah, this is what this get does. It allows you to basically, let's say I define a method called with this, and once we declare define use a keyword called get in front of it. After that, what we can do is basically access it, call it like this test1, and then it will be default. I think with the set, you can do something like this if you change it to set. Yeah, but with the get you can return like X or Y. It'll the default value will, it's a confusing name, right? Yeah, it will evaluate to that. But I wonder, like will that thing go, if we use set, will it go in parameter? obviously the set class keyword attribute. Class property. Or Nodejs. Yeah, setters. Yeah. It goes like in the as a parameter in set, and with the get you can basically consume the returned value. Okay, so so one thing I would like to search, when did we, like, which version of the Node.js supports it, and when it was introduced in JavaScript. What should be called JavaScript object methods. No, I'm not searching for object class. Create a class. And this is a regular class. Okay, unnamed class. That is also cool. Yeah, it's quite unusual. I haven't seen it. I think, but I have it now. Like, I have seen it now. Okay, so what is the V error? V error, which Emory provides several classes to support best practice for error handling in Node.js. If you find any of those above here confusing, okay, so this is like a better error package. You can use VR as drop-in replacement for built-in JavaScript error class with the addition of printf style errors. Okay. This prints missing file. Okay. Goals. Error 1. Stats file name. Stats. Okay. File name. Okay, so I think what I want to do is probably read VR source code. I want to see, like, so this is a really small package, like have like 64 commits, and let's go to libs and simple package, right? Oh, not that simple. W errors, no idea about it. Okay, so there is like SRS, VR, no. Also, the name is a bit funky. VRs, R for each. I wonder what else it can do. Okay, let's close this one. So it has plenty of downloads. Public properties, name, info, stack. Okay, so the output. Okay, so the message is this, and the name connection error. Okay, so we can like pass in like structured information and info. Okay, so okay, and it'll print the information. So yeah, I think it's kind of useful. Will I use it in like the projects, the type of projects which is like SaaS projects that I use? Or will I use this in one of my like the existing projects? Maybe, but I had to like play around more. But I think the information part, it's definitely can help to debug the information, VR information. But then we are also like introducing a third-party package. Let's say I'm using a how do you say, a framework, and they don't handle errors with the VR package, and yeah, so that can confuse a lot of people. And the V SaaS product usually are written. You don't have like you basically have endpoints, then you have a bunch of modules and libraries, and yeah, I think probably as of now I don't see any use other than just having extra data, and that can be like really useful. Yeah, having extra information, but it's not that useful because mostly it's all about REST endpoints. You're sending information and sending errors. So yeah, I think this is more useful in a project like Strappy. Definitely, I think it makes total sense to use in here. That's why they're using that. Okay, so for a typical SaaS, how do you put it? Like a typical web dev, I don't think it makes sense. More like if you are building a Strappy-like system or a backend system that you have like full control of. Require connectors. Okay. I like it. The reason they named this, I'm pretty sure. So this way, this function is more readable. Like we can tell what it's doing, or maybe you can assume like something easy to remember. Also, it's the same name of the file as well. That is something to look out for, or maybe try to implement whenever we create a like in Feather.js you usually have like hooks, so it can help a lot. Okay, so required or resolve. Required is back. I see. So are they just connector? Okay, so let's Google this. I think what they're doing, they're requiring bunch of packages. Okay, so this makes sense. Okay, so also like they're using VR internally. Queries. So one thing I would like to see, yeah, they are using this package, but could they use like the same like this normal error package, and would it help? Like, was it really needed? Yeah, or yeah. So I think my only question would be to like, was it really like worth the effort after everything? Connection error, cause error, name, connector not found. So this will basically be replaced with this. Makes sense. Yeah. So okay, so let's move on to next. Okay, so we were searching resolved or require, right, to calculate the more file. So I think it will just basically using to calculate the module file path in Nodejs. Yeah, so this. Okay. What is required to resolve and how it works? I wonder why they are not using require. Part of the Node API, you must first understand its context, namely the require module, right, and how it fits within the realm of import and export. Require module and JavaScript at the top of many JavaScript files. We import the libraries to use. Yeah. But alternatively, we could write the solo. As I noticed below, I'm printing. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I think that we will continue from there on at some point, maybe tomorrow. As of now, I feel kind of sleepy, so I'm gonna sleep. Yeah, I will continue tomorrow. So see you guys tomorrow. Let's stop the stream and close end stream. Yep. Okay, no.